Good day, everyone. We are happy to be with you today again. It is your program, Banking Helpdesk. We thank you for watching us from time to time. And today, we want to continue where we stopped the other time on a case study concerning the customer's health/death and liabilities against the bank. We read the case study to you and we extracted the facts of the matter to you. And we promised that we'll conclude today after picking the matter on this following ground: what the P period is, the relationship of the customer with the bank was over years, the banks being not aware of the customer's ability to stand for a long time since they did not have access to his medical records. And number 4, that the bank did not target the customer personally for elimination. And we told you the meaning of Christmas season, as the meaning of P period being any of the following: a Christmas period, a busy period for the banks, Easter, Muslim holidays, eve of the commencement of an industrial action, and a very close approach of a civil unrest. Those are examples of the peak period. Now, we want to continue to let you know the opinion of the law court over this matter. And number 1, it was established, irrespective of the public opinion or social media rantings on the matter, that the bank was not in any way indicted as being aware of the deceased medical history. An average public commentator, especially the quacks, out of sentiment, will say, wọ́n ti lè delay wọ́n jù ní báǹkì yẹn. Many frivolous statements, as if he goes to the bank every day. After all, nowadays, or even since then, because the banks had started doing operational re-engineering, though it was a transition period for them. Number 1. Number 2, to get Nigerians to pay through another means was an Herculean task for the bank. Some people will tell you, I must pay to a cashier I can see. Why? Or they would like to come to the bank or shout, make funds, abuse people, while there are some other means they can drop their cash. Don't forget, there was a time the bank came with backed money policy, where you complete your tellers, put your money and drop. But funny enough, some Nigerians will feed their tellers, put just the tellers in the bag and will not put cash. Only to call the following days and start accusing the bank officials of not crediting them. Thank God for the grace of the CCTV cameras installed all over the place. So if there's anyone that did not drop his cash, will be caught red-handed. Nigeria will heal me. So the bank did not have access to his medical report and history. Number 2, no bank employee directly engaged the deceased in an open argument or confrontations in the hall to warrant his slump. He has not even gotten to the front. he was still on the line. He was still on the line. And he should have asked for permission or a favor to either retain his line when he takes his seat by telling the people before him and after him to please be mindful of his position when he comes back. Or quietly go to the supervising official for a kind of help so that he could leave on time. We are saying this in case you find yourself in such a situation. The banker must assist you, particularly when it is on health ground. You must be assisted. The banks don't like negative reports. No. You know the way the news will make it to the headlines of some newspapers in Nigeria. Some of them can go ahead and say bank kills customers. I'm not sounding funny. Just to make sure that you rush the newspaper, courtesy of the first page report. So, no bank employee engage the man in an open argument or confrontation. Number 3, the deceased was not in any way physically assaulted by any of the bank's staffers or their agents. Staffers of the bank are the bank staff. Their agents could be cleaners, plainclothes security men, or uniform men, or visiting officials, those who work under the umbrella of the bank, whether directly on the payroll of the bank or otherwise. The deceased was not in any way assaulted. The bank was cleared on that ground too. Now, the next one is, the above was a part of the bank's ingredients of defense in the process of gaining freedom from liabilities and payments of damages. For the bank to be completely free from liabilities heaped on it and the expectations of payment of damages by the family of the deceased, if the case can be logically argued by their employed attorney. So the 3 positions at the top had already been established in favor of the bank. Already established in favor of the bank. So the bank was not in any way indicted. Now, the learned judge concluded as follows. 1, that the incident was just a natural occurrence. A natural occurrence. You don't have to be on a queue in the banking hall before slumping and dying. Anybody can slump and die. If the health situation is not well taken care of, people can slump, somebody can slump inside his bedroom and die. Actually, most of the people who slumped and died in the past had this happening in their bedroom or within their compound. We are not saying it doesn't happen in the public, but people slumped and died within their compound as well. So because this one happened in the banking hall does not make the bank liable for the incident. That was according to the learned judge, because the matter got to the law court. 100 million naira wasn't a small money in those days too. Even now, it's still not a small money, no matter the level, no matter the fall of naira. 100 million naira is still not a small amount of money. The learned judge went ahead to say same could have taken place in a bus stop and in any other public places. We have people who are slumped, get rescued, or even died in bus stops, in the offices, in the market places. So the case of somebody slumping should not be restricted to the banking premises or banking hall. Again, investigations revealed that the late customer was personally negligent health-wise. When last did the man attend to his health matter? When last did the man visit his clinic? All these were subjected to investigations. It was a celebrated case. The family needed 100 million naira, and the bank was not ready to pay. The next point is, though it is the right of a bank customer to get a prompt service. Yeah. When you get to the premises of the bank, you are entitled to a prompt service. But mind you, it was a peak period. So many people also came around to get serviced promptly. The last time the deceased visited the banking hall before that incident wasn't a peak period. He got into the banking hall quietly and was quietly and promptly attended to, and he left. So this time around, it's so unfortunate that the man did not make it back to his home alive. So the bank cannot be blamed for that. They wanted to attend to him, but many people came to be attended to at the same time. Now, in this case, there was no business failure recorded, which can be traced to any kind of inefficiency on the part of the bank, but an health issue involving the customer himself. I take that again. In this particular case, no kind of business failure, or let me use another professional language, business failure or service infraction recorded, which can indict the bank of being inefficient in the case of handling demand transaction. Rather, an health issue involving the man, that is the deceased himself. So you can see that the whole thing was negatively going to the side of the deceased, that the man was negligent concerning his health. And we wouldn't know whether it was compulsory for the man to pay him that money that particular day. So it was upheld as a natural occurrence, with no cost awarded against the bank. As the learned judge concluded by seeing the case or the matter as a natural occurrence. And the bank was not, no charge, no cost was awarded against the bank as a result of the man's death, whether mature or premature. So unfortunate. On the involvement of the social media, the viewer should note the following. See, if you ask me to hear my opinion about social media, their comments and contributions. Number one, most of the people who comment on social media are not matured enough to do so. And if they are matured by age, they are not sound in some professional areas to contribute meaningfully. How many of them know law relating to banking? How many of them know the laws guiding the services of a bank to its customers? Majority of the people commenting on social media, do so to drag the banks and some other public institutions. And we want to draw their attention to the following. Number one, many of the contributors are either reacting emotionally or reacting to impulses or the most of the matters on ground. Some will even rain curses. Some will rain curses and be citing their own experience when they visited a bank or another branch of the bank where this incident happened. But in their own case, they did not die. They went back to their various homes alive. Can you see the two cases if they are placed side by side? So, another point is, if it's a professional development, they do not hold the required views or competence. Like I said, where somebody who is not a medical practitioner is commenting on a medical matter on social media and a kind of drawing a conclusion, a radical conclusion on such a matter, the question we should ask is the person a medical practitioner? What does he know about practice of medicine? And what does he know about the particular ailment affecting the deceased? Or a kind of triggering excessive reactions within the body system of a victim. The next one is, in most cases, mind you, not in all cases, the bloggers rely on dragging, which may result in a litigation against them in a long or a short run. Yes, we want to increase the number of our viewers, those who like us, those who share our views and our videos, the news on our platform. However, they are not exempted from the long arms of litigation. No. They are not exempted from the long arm of litigation. If unfortunately somebody is dragged and the person decides, like we have been seeing of recent, is if somebody is bullied unjustifiably on social media, it can be a case for litigation, a good ground for litigation. So most of the bloggers and the commentators can just rise up and bully an institution or a single individual to their own detriment. So Social media, I'm concluding. Social media is not a law court. Somebody can be popular as a result of his or her own opinion on the social media. But by the time the matter gets to a law court, a law court of competent jurisdiction, costs might be awarded against such a person. Now here we say, social media is not a law court, as their opinion might lack the weight to push matters or matter of this nature through. By the time this matter will be mentioned in the law court, how many commentators on the social media will be present as a witness? Just let us say that. How many will come to the law court and say, my Lord, I want to contribute because I've said so things in social media. So, while drawing a curtain on this discussion, we want to appeal to us that when our health is not sound enough to withstand the pressure in the banking hall, in the peak period, like we have mentioned what a peak period means, we can as well send our money, if it is bulky, to another person. And thank God, we have POS operators around us. Yeah, POS operators around us. We can just go around and make payment to them. See, banking had undergone a serious engineering. So many things have come into banking. I can't really remember when I have queued up on a line. I've been to a bank today, this particular day, I've been to a bank. Instead of waiting to collect cash, I just made a transfer from one account to my account. I was given a check. I transferred to my account and left the place. Instead of picking cash in the banking hall, joining the queue to pick a cash, I will go to a POS operator later in the day and withdraw my money. So things have been simplified. Instead of queuing and dying on the queue in the banking hall, choose the alternative way of making payments. The case has been so interesting. And on this note, we are concluding. Please take note of all what we have said, and what we have been saying for the purpose of staying alive. Thank you for being with us. And it's still your station, GVTV. My name is James FADIPE. Bye for now.